Hello! In this video we're going to look at the divisibility rules for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. Okay, so let's look at 2. What you check for on 2 is it an even number that you're trying to divide 2 into? So if you look at this number here, you look at the last digit. The last digit is a 4. That is even. That means it's an even number and 2 will go into it. And as you can see, 2 will divide into 224 112 times and ends up with a remainder of 0. If we end up with a remainder of 0, that means the number will go into it evenly and it is divisible. In this case, 224 is divisible by 2 because 4 is an even number. Let's look at a couple more. 46, we look at the last digit. Last digit is 6, that's an even number, and yes, it will go, 2 will go into 46. It'll go into 46 23 times. Okay, let's look at one more. 307, the last digit is a 7. 7 is odd, so 2 will not divide into 307 evenly. Let's see what happens if we try to divide 2 into 307. So here it is worked out. You can see 2 will go into 307, but not evenly. We have a remainder of 1. So 307 is not divisible by 2 evenly. Okay, so the rule for 3 is if the sum of the digits is divisible by 3, then 3 will go into it. 207, so 2 plus 0 plus 7 equals 9. And 9 divided by 3, of course, again, is a multiplication fact, and that is 3. So 207 is divisible evenly by the number 3. Let's look at one more. The number 344. So it's 3 plus 4 plus 4, and that equals 11. And 3 will not go into 11 evenly. So 344 is not divisible by 3 evenly. Divided by 3, well, 3 will go into it 3 times. That is just with 9, but we have a remainder of 2. If we have a remainder, then it won't go in there evenly. So 344 is not divisible by 3. Okay, the rule for 4 is if the last 2 digits in the number are divisible by 4, or if it ends with 0, 0. So let's look at this first example we have, 648. So the last 2 digits are 48, and we should know that 48 divided by 4 is 12 because that's a math fact. So 4 times 12 is 48, and that is a math fact. So 4 will go into 648 evenly. And as you can see with this worked out, 4 does go into 648 162 times. And we knew that because we took the last 2 digits and we knew that 4 would go into 48 12 times. The number 400, it ends with 0, 0. So if we know our rule, we know that if a number ends with 0, 0, 4 is divisible. And we should know that 4 times 100 equals 400. So 4 will go into 400 evenly 100 times. Now let's look at 5. All right, 5 is very simple. If the number ends with a 5 or if it ends with a 0, then the number is divisible evenly by 5. So look at this number, 6,225. Yes, it's divisible by 5 because it ends with a 5. This number, 339, it does not end with a 0, it does not end with a 5, so no. Or this one, 10,000, it does end with a 0, so yes. So again, 5 is very simple. If it ends with a 0 or if it ends with a 5, 5 will go into it evenly. Okay, divisibility rule for 6. It has to be divisible by both 2 and 3. And if it's divisible by 2 and 3, then it's divisible by 6. So remember the rule for 2 is if it's even, and 4 is even, so yes, it's divisible by 2. 3, remember 3 was the sum of the digits, so 3 plus 2 plus 4, that's 5 plus 4 equals 9. And 3 will go into 9. So yes, for 3. So the number 324 is divisible by 6 because it has both 2, it's divisible by 2, and it's divisible by 3. Let's look at another one. All right, 7,036. So we're checking for 2. Yes, for 2. Because 6 is an even number. Now let's check for 3. We have to add the sum the digits. So 7 plus 0 plus 3 plus 6. 7 plus 0 is 7, plus 3 is 10, plus 6 is 16. Okay? So is 3 divisible by 16? Well, no. 3 will not go into 16 evenly. 16 divided by 3 has going 5, but has a remainder of 1, so it doesn't go in evenly. So the number 7,036 is not divisible by 6 because it is divisible by 2, but it's not divisible by 3. It has to be, in order for it to be divisible by 6, it has to be both 2 and 3. All right, let's look at the next one. Okay, the rule for 9 is if the sum of the digits is divisible by 9, then the number 9 will go into that number evenly. So let's add the numbers up. We have 4 plus 5 plus 2 plus 7. If we add across, and 4 plus 5 is 9, plus 2 is 11, plus 7 is 18. So 18 we know is divisible by 9 because 2 times 9 is 18. So yes, this number is divisible by 9 because the sum of the digits is divisible by 9. Okay? Let's look at one more. Okay, 3,284. Is that divisible by 9? Okay, our rule is we add the digits up. So let's do it this vertical this time. Okay, so 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 8 is 13, plus 4 is 17. Okay, so 17, is that divisible by 9? Well, again, no, because we know that 9 will go in there one time, and we're going to have 8 left over. So the number 3,284 is not divisible evenly by 9. Okay, lastly, let's look at 10. 10 is very simple. If the number ends with a 0, it's divisible by 10. So 30 ends with 0, so yes. 645 ends with a 5, so no, it's not divisible by 10. And 780 ends with a 0, so yes. Again, if it ends with a 0, then 10 will go into it evenly, and it is divisible by 10. All right, this was a quick look at the divisibility rule. So you can use these in working with your division. All right, thank you. See you in the next video.